How you feeling?
A little tight,
A little tight. Where?
but
If you can identify if there's a specific place.
neck and shoulders.
Neck and shoulders?
And then my right knee's giving me some consternation.
Describe it as a tight, dull,
Feels unsteady.
unsteady. Okay. Let's begin where we began yesterday. Just dropping our weight down. Essentially what we're doing is moving our weight from the weight center from the knees upward to the pelvis, and you did it just there. Maybe put your hands on your hips or the front of your pelvis, and if you feel stable, close your eyes, and if you are unstable, open your eyes. If your eyes are open, focus them on something beyond, so you're looking out and seeing nature. Good. And let's drop our weight a little bit, so we're just going to put our hands on our knees and move the hips back a couple times, hips back and up. Good. And as you do that, think about the movement happening just in the hips and up. Good. Hips, back. So you really, like you're trying to sit on a toilet and up. Good. That was better when you thought of sitting on a toilet. Your hips initiated and up. Sit on the toilet and up. Now do that 2 more times and anchor your big toes down. Down. And anchor the big toe. And down. And up. Okay, we'll come back to that. It was just kind of warming up and lubricating the joints. Come back to the at the ready stance. Yeah. And we'll cross one arm over the other. Inhale, arms above head. Open, exhale. Inhale, recross the arms. Pressure between the palms as you lower. Yep. Directly forward, you go up, pressing the palms together. Open, wide shoulders, wide chest. Inhale, open, or lift. Cross the, and lower. 3 more. There's your destination 3. Inhale. Open just to the side, just to horizon. Good. Inhale, open, or lift. And close with the breath. 2 more. And 1 more, acknowledging your breath and your focus. You're looking directly forward, nearly to the destination. Relax your arms, give them a little wiggle. Like free wiggle the hands, free wiggle the shoulders, kind of wiggle side to side. Goofy relaxing of the arms. And then we'll do that again. Opposite wrist crossed on top. And as you're doing this, if you're starting to feel, one of the things we noticed yesterday is when you're noticing effort where it's no longer helpful, see if you can redirect. So if it's here in the outer body, put your attention on the breath and see if that moves the work of the movement to the inner body.
Okay.
1 arm crossed over the other. And then check out your legs at the ready, weight in the pelvis. There we go. On your next inhale, arms lift. Exhale, widen. Open again. And close. As you breathe, you feel the movement initiated by the breath. As you do the last 3, you can think about stretching the palms of the hands as well. Activating the palm chakra and the space between your fingers. Drop your pelvis just a little. Ground your toes. the shoulders a little wiggle, give the hands and elbows a shake.
That was good.
Good. What was
Just do
good?
it.
What worked?
Focusing on my focal point, my daisies.
Cool. Put your hands by your legs and you imagine that there's Velcro on your hands, and the only movement your hands can do is up and down. So yeah, that purple stripe on your pants is where your hands can stay connected. Now while you do that, we're going to do a shoulder circle. Remember, these are little. Yes, good. Restart, and as you do it, chin is perfectly level, so there's a little bit of head making the shoulders move. We're going to isolate the movement just in the shoulders. Here you go, shoulders roll. Yes, exactly. 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Reverse. Yes, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Pause. Did you notice how isolated that was in the shoulder? That was really, really nice, mobilizing that space and started disconnecting this so it's not all one piece. We can narrow our stance a little bit. Still a sort of little wider than hips, more like shoulder width apart. And we'll bend the knees, drop the weight from the pelvis downward to the earth. So you feel this weight dropping down. Yeah, exactly that. Then let's see, hands to shoulders, that's a little tight, but I want to at least touch and then release the hands again. Do that a few times. Touch the shoulders and lower. Touch the shoulders. Your elbows are wide, your chest is wide, gaze is forward, and we'll do just one more. And lower. Now the next time, go to earmuffs. Earmuffs is a more comfortable position. Good. We'll keep earmuffs. And we'll do our little twist. And to the right. And to the left. To the right, you can move through the pelvis. To the left. The knees are soft, the feet are strong. To the right. To the left. To the right, and absolutely moving at your pace, but keeping the breath strong. And the last two, think of wide elbows, wide chest. And then release your arms. Let's interlace the fingers. Press the palms down so you're inverting your hands. Good, and to pause there for a moment. Establish. Now is the pain in the wrist sharp or dull?
Little in the wrist, but more in my right elbow.
Right elbow, okay. Let's just pump the arms a little bit, as if you're sliding them up with your thumbs on your belly, so you're really close, shaving the front of your body, and down. Shave, and down. Shave, 2 more, and down. Shave like you're kind of churning butter up and down. Is that how churning butter happens? I don't know, that's more of a circle. All right, now we'll take the arms directly forward with those inverted palms. All the way above head, breathe. Now we're here for 5 breaths. That's your destination, 5 breaths. Look directly forward. Soften your shoulders a little bit, but lengthen your mid-body. So this part of the body, the belly button lifts up. Good, exactly that, while the shoulders are widening. Exactly, you have one more breath, I believe. Then slice your palms forward once again. Interlace behind your back. And just squeeze fingers, hands, and maybe wrists together. So when the wrists come together, obviously, or not obviously, but your elbows also kind of draw together. So it begins fingers, then heels of hands, then wrists. And then your chest can lift as your hips move forward. So you get a little spinal extension opening through the chest. I talked a lot, so that's probably our 5th breath. And release your hands. Come back to the front. How's that right shoulder doing?
Just the entire upper right arm.
Discomfort or sharp? Dull or sharp?
Ache.
Okay. Awkward interlace, goofy thumb. Feels so unnatural. It feels
I couldn't
wrong.
even think how to do it.
Then just pause here and let's shave. So while you're doing this, do a little shoulder roll. Remember that back squeeze? Yes, exactly. So you're squeezing the back, and I can't really say it, but Debbie Reynolds says it really nice. Debbie Reynolds, the actress. Tits out, ladies. Exactly. Those muscles that you engaged when you thought about your breasts changed, and that's how you have to stand. You have to think about that you have breasts, and they exist. Right? So now you're standing with your muscles engaged as they should. Shave. Up. And tits out, ladies. Exactly that as you shave down. And I need a better way to say that in the Me Too movement. However, if I quote Debbie Reynolds, I almost feel like it's okay, because she's amazing. One more. Close to the bottom. And when you come up, kind of go right under your breast. Exactly. And you're only going as high as your ribs. So it's this really slow tricep press. Yeah. And the closer you are to your belly, shaving the hair off the belly. Yeah. Good. Now take the inverted palms with the goofy thumb up. 5 breaths, lengthening your side body. Two or three more. The eyes can engage with the space for the last breath. And release. As you continue to work with this shape, this interlaced shape, the more you can keep all 10 fingers together, including the pinky and even the thumbs, that'll get the whole wrist involved as it goes up. Keep them. It's too much. So pause there, pause just forward. And then, shoulders back. Yeah. So while the hands are forward, chest up. Keep these here and press into my hand. Then just lift your chest up through the circle of your hands. Yeah, breathe. Is that okay? Probably engage through this part of the body.
No, it's fine. Elbow.
Oh, elbow. Let's leave that for a minute, because the elbow, we did a lot yesterday, and it's
Just the elbow.
We have one more standing thing, and then we'll come to a seat. Bend your knees, and you can take a wider stance. And this is where we start to take a little bit of weight on our arms. So you can tuck your chin to your chest, bend the knees, and slowly roll down until your hands touch the floor. The head is kind of leading the way. And then walk your hands out about a foot, maybe a foot and a half. So you end up with about 30% of your body weight on your hands, 60% on your feet. And you'll look about a foot past your hands. See that leaf right between your hands? Look to that, and then shift your weight, your nose toward the leaf, and back to the hips. Toward the leaf, and back to the hips. 2. We're doing 10. Leaf, back to the hips. 3. Nose to leaf. Hips way back, like you're sitting on a toilet. Nose to leaf. 5. Toilet, back. Nose to leaf. Belly button is in towards the spine to support. Nose to leaf. And back. And 8, I think. And back. The last 2. Breathing as you inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. And back. Walk your hands back to your feet. Drop your head so your head can hang down. You're looking between your legs. Your knees are bent. Good. Bend your knees, put your hands on your thighs, and slowly roll up. And then we'll toe heel the feet a few times. Toe heel in. and toe heel out. In, out. Good. As you're doing this, think of bringing your belly button in, so the lean forward. Think of chest up. There you go. And now toe heel in. And toe heel out. 2 more. Chest up for the last one and breathing. And in. Okay. Let's just do a little wrist mobility. Put the wrists together and then roll them, keeping the wrists pressing together. Yep. Yep. Exactly. Pressing the wrists together very gently as you just move through this range of motion. Exactly. 2 more. And take a breath in. And a breath out. Pause and reverse your range of motion. Gathering it toward you. Bring your fingers toward you. And down. Then your pinkies touch. Pinkies in. Yes. Yes, exactly. That's it. And you're gently pressing the wrists together. That's perfect, Mom. Exactly like that. And then release. How'd that feel in your wrist?
That's a good one to use.
You also were so concentrated. You just went zoom with your attention to figure out the range. And that's the focus, that flow state of focus that you find in so many of your hobbies. You are so good at getting in a flow state, which I think for many people is really difficult. And I see you do it, and I know you do it at work for 12 hours. You're just in this focused state of being. So now it's almost focusing on the not doing.
Okay.
When can I put that focus and not have a nothing task? Like a wrist circle. All right. Anyway, let's do some on the ground work and finish seated like we did yesterday. Let me get some of the debris off my mat. And let's start on the belly and then we'll go to the back. Let's do Sphinx first on the forearms. And the legs are heavy like a mermaid's tail. And the arms can engage like a conveyor belt, elbows drawing back, while the center of your chest moves forward. And we'll be here for 5 breaths. Last 2. Cross one arm over the other, Makarasana crocodile pose. With one arm crossed over the other, you just let the weight of your upper body rest, and that stretches your shoulders. One more breath in, and a breath out. Gently change arms. And then let the weight of your upper body stretch the shoulders. And we did one breath to get into the pose and then another breath to settle. So we have 3 more while we're here. How's the elbow?
Okay.
If you can think about it, the pinky edge of your hands on the ground with your palms up. Yeah. Might feel better. And then come back to crocodile, just for a moment. Or, Sphinx. And then we'll release to the dreaded but essential quadricep stretch. Forehead on the floor. And remember that getting into this is a little easier if you keep your head down, though it is tempting to lift up to reach back. Keeping your head down does make the foot a little more accessible. Reach the right hand back for the right foot. Good, and you find that heel. Gently bend your elbow. One more breath. Exchange legs. Good, and breathing into the setup. Nice full breaths. As you find the foot, and when you find the foot, you can bend the elbow to draw the heel closer to the glute. The front of your body is fairly relaxed, other than the quadricep that's receiving a lengthening stretch. The mind is also fairly relaxed, just focusing on the sensation of your breath. And gently release. I'll show the next one if you want to watch and then do. We'll do 2 types of windshield wipers. I always make a joke, depending on the make and model of your car. We'll do tandem wipers, and you'll feel this in the low back a little bit. And then we'll do alternating wipers, which you might feel in the hips a little bit. Or you'll feel it in the low back, but in a different way. And then we'll go back to tandem. Breathe in and breathe out, and then start tandeming your wipers. And they can have a little bit of a swing quality. Swing and hoomp, ba, hoomp, ba, yoomp. You can kind of let the back move as the weight of your legs dictates. One more breath. Shoom bum ba, shoom bum ba, shoom bum ba, shoom. Now open your knees and we'll alternate crisscrossing. Shoom. In some ways, you're letting your hips relax so this motion can happen. Good. One more. Cross right, cross left. And release your feet. Let's rotisserie around and do some on the back work. Take a moment just to have your hips, ribs, and head heavy on the mat. Then bring your right knee into your chest. Just hug the knee, folding the thigh toward your belly. And you can draw the knee out toward the side, toward the shoulder a little bit, or keep it more central. You can also slide the left leg long, extending the leg on the mat. Good. You can flex your feet, you can point your toes. Take another breath in. Bring both feet back to the floor, back to our starting position. Then hug your left knee, drawing the femur close to the torso and creasing deeply in your hip. Then if you'd like to extend the leg, and you can flex the feet, point the feet, flex, point. As you breathe, your shoulders are wide on the mat, and you have a deep connection with your mat and with the earth. Then bring both feet to the floor. Take the right leg up to the sky, directly upward, flex through the heel, hands behind the foot, or hands behind the leg. The back of your right hip is connected to the floor. Sometimes we roll to the left. keep your right hip anchored while you're flexing the foot to create a line of energy from the earth up to the heel. Then you can extend left leg if you choose. Breathe. Good, and flex both feet, the lifted leg and the extended leg. One more breath in, the back of your hips are heavy on the floor, and bring both feet back to earth. Second side, left foot up towards sky, leg is extended, knee is extended. Then take a moment to acknowledge your left hip. You might have shifted weight to the right, but both hips are equally weighted on the floor, and that creates a line of energy from the back of the pelvis up to the left heel, where you're firmly flexed to intensify that line of energy. Option to extend the right leg forward as you breathe. There's energy through your legs. Good. Enjoy. 2 more breaths. And as you exhale, bring both feet back to earth. Cross your right ankle over the femur. And right hand can gently press on the knee, just encouraging the knee open a little bit, and you feel that opening in the right hip. On your next exhale, lift your legs and bring the left thigh toward the belly, keeping the leg crossed. And hold on to the left thigh, not the right. There you go. So the right knee has freedom to open to the side while you're folding the left one in. Breathe in. And breathe out. Replace your foot. See if you can tuck your chin just a little bit. There you go. So it lengthens the back of your neck. And change legs. Left ankle over knee. Little pressure on before you lift the legs, just give a little pressure with the left hand to the knee. That kind of creates some space in the hip. And then you can bring the right femur toward your chest. And you're trying to maintain that sense of spaciousness, or recreate that sense of spaciousness in your left hip while you're folding and breathing. One more breath in. And a breath out, release your feet. Both feet come to the floor. Arms can come out to a T position. I think that's what we did the other day. And palms down might feel more supportive, or pinkies on the floor. So you have the blade edge of your hand on the ground. There you go. And take your arms down like 2 inches. There. Now take both legs up to the sky, and you can go 1, then 2, up to the sky. And your low abs are holding the legs as you flex and point the feet. We'll do that 10 times. 2, and 3, pointing toes, flexing ankles. It's actually dorsiflexion, plantar flexion. 2 more. 5, and breathing. 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and shoulders are easy and wide. Now circles 5 in each direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4. And knee release, shin drop. Just drop your shins down to your glutes and float the shins back up. Drop the shins down and float the knees up. Drop. And then re-engage the quadriceps as you float the shins. Drop. And float. 2 more. 5 in total. Drop. Float. Last one, drop. And float. And you can do one more drop, drop, Drop the knees, drop the hips, and you release your legs to the ground. Stretch arms overhead and stretch your legs long, just taking a big breath. We did this standing already with our hands inverted above head. You can kind of recreate that lengthening experience through the torso as you breathe, pulling the shoulder girdle away from the hip girdle. There's movement in the belly as it draws down and up. And then release that stretch. We'll come to a seated position just for a little seated moment finish. While you're transitioning, I'll get the stool to sit.
No, I'll be okay on the ground. I'll be okay on the ground. Oh, okay.
You are okay on the ground. You can sit there well, but there's one forward fold that I will encourage on the stool, which we can use in a minute. So, and a seat. Comfortable seat, whatever that is. And we like butterfly, I think, because you can sit up tall and have a nice spine. I'll say Debbie Reynolds, and we know what that means. Take your arms out to the side, you're balanced. Inhale, chest up. And more space is good too. Your feet can be even further away. Yeah. How about another 2 inches? That looks so good. Take another 2. Even better? Yeah. So you can have space between the feet, which really enables you to sit up tall. Debbie Reynolds through the chest. Open your arms, palms up. Look up to the sky as you inhale. Maybe there's 2 inhales here. And then close your hands, wrapping them around, and look downward. Breathing into your mid-back, you can kind of concave your body. Inhale, open again, chest to sky, palms up. Palms, rotate your thumbs back so your palms are up. There you go. And other arm on top, goofy arm. Really looking toward your navel as if you could peer over your elbows and see your belly button. And then let's do 2 more. Inhale, open, we'll go a little faster. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. I like that so much. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, open, chest to sky. Chest to earth. Honor the sky. And honor the earth. Let's do a little side-to-side teeter-totter. Hands on the mat. Lift one arm up. Actually, let's do arm, then torso. First the arm, then the torso. Stay there for a breath. And stay for the exhale. Use the inhale to rise. Exhale, arm down. Wait, first arm, separate the arm from the torso. Arm, then torso. Stay there and breathe. Your next inhale, rise. And release. We'll do that again on each side. Now before you go, check this out. So there's a little bit of body isolation we're looking for in this. Arm, then spine. What tends to happen is the spine brings the pelvis with it. And the only 2 parts invited to the party are your arm and spine. So you're committing your hips to staying home. As in, keep the left hip on the floor as you go to the right. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale, spine. Yes, and notice your hip wanted to come along for the ride and you re-anchored it. Now, turn your thumb down, pinky up. Good, so your palm is forward. And think about the shoulder opening. Breathe. Use your inhale to rise. That was excellent. And the hand down. Arm first, inhale, right. Exhale, body over. Nice separation of hip and spine. That was perfect, Mom. Then rotate your pinky finger back. Another breath in. And a breath out. Inhale, torso up. And hand down. Now the last thing, we do have the seat for, but maybe you don't need it. Keep your legs here. And just drape your spine forward so you're getting a nice stretch through the upper body. I said upper body, and I very much meant lower torso, like your low back. Are you experiencing some stretch in that space?
Yes.
Shift your weight a little bit from hip to hip, and notice how the experience in your low back changes. And very, very gently bounce your chest like you were nodding your head and your chest was following along. Good, and it's a very, very, very gentle. In the 50s, they did this as a ballistic stretch, and we learned that that was terrible for your muscles. But a gentle bounce is okay. And walk your torso back up.
You can feel that bounce in your inner thighs.
How do you feel?
Good.
And I'm asking as an honest check-in to assess, and I started at the beginning by saying, how do you feel? And when you do this video, that question is for you in that moment. How do you feel right now today? And the tendency is to say, this doesn't work, or this is painful. When you can say, there is pain, or I'm noticing discomfort, it's sort of reframing that. Or you could notice, wow, this feels spacious, or this feels restricted.
This feels relaxed.
Awesome. Happy yoga. Let's see how long that was.